Right, good morning people, how are we? I'm in a bit of a rush this morning because there's supposedly some rain coming and I want to drill some grass seeds. Probably the last chance we're going to get to do it. You'll notice I'm still sounding a bit funny, but not too bad anymore. Right, so we got our iron block that we used to drill the grass seeds on the plots back along. So Phil has relinquished the responsibility to me to do this bit. First thing I need to do is actually unfold the thing. Take the safety chains off. I think I got it on this back spool so I can unfold it, which is splendid. Right, I've just unfolded it. I've moved the wheels up a bit because that sets the depth of the machine. So I've moved them up so that the tines will be in the ground because we want to cover them up with a bit of soil. All I do now is, the electrics on this thing are a bit defunct. So we have to just use these here. That one on that nut. Down there. Like so. That one on the live. We're seeding. Now I got a very slight miss there, but I'll go over that at the end. I've set my AB line on the outside end and it wasn't completely straight, so we'll sort that out in a minute. Yeah, grass seeding. Oh, I need to look what I'm doing. The whole machine works off of that wheel driving on the ground. So as long as that wheel is driving, that's turning the what do we call it in there? Roller that grabs the seed and sends it down the chutes, and then all these various green pipes throw the seed out onto the floor. And then what we're doing with the tines is we're just covering it so that there's some seed to soil contact, and then it's actually in the ground. Now that's slightly different from how we used it on the plots because they were very, very turfy. This is all worked down beautifully. This is really nice soil here, you can see. See how well it's going through the tines. Really, really nice soil. Yeah, the plots wasn't, so we didn't want to drag up a load of turf with the tines on this machine on the plots, so that's why we put them up out of the way. But doing a hell of a job. It's a 5 metre machine, so it won't take us that long to skittle across. We've got quite a few nice long runs, and then we've got to do a few runs that way. It's a bit of like a keyhole shaped thing here. Right, so I've just been out and adjusted the aggressiveness of the tines because they were dragging up too much rubbish. And they were sort of like pulling everything with it rather than letting the soil go between them. So I've changed those. I've also let the wheels down a hole, which lifts the machine up a little bit. So they're only just catching the soil now, the tines, if you can see. Craig's turned up with the rollers as well. So I've done a long piece there. I finished at Long Wyke, so I'll work across to the little bit here where there's a gap, and then he can roll all that then. And I've just got that little corner then to do. Down we go. And we're off. Yeah, the electrics on this thing are all a bit defunct. So what we have to do now is these tractors have got a live terminal on the outside there below the steps, and a little nut that you just put the ground to, and that just works a fan. There is a control box and everything, but it just doesn't work. So for the amount that we use it, this way works fine. It's all calibrated, so we weighed out what we were chucking out on this setting yesterday, so we're putting on about 30 kilos of grass seed to the hectare, which is 13 kilos an acre. I think they come in 1 acre packs of grass seeds, and I'm pretty sure it's some form of ryegrass. I should have looked at the bag really, but I'll show you a bag when we get back to the yard. Can you see the deer? Gus has seen him. He goes running up the edge of the field. Right, we finished the long work, so Craig's going to have a see if it'll roll. I've come all the way round the long way. See where I sprayed off, or where my stuff drifted to. I wasn't too far out. Let's fold this back down. That cradle sits higher than the rest of them. They're all on the same setting. Don't know why it is. Right, we have finished pretty well. I'm just going to do a couple of little runs along the ends where I pick the machine up and down, just to make sure we've got everything covered. Craig's down there rolling. Seems to be getting on all right. It's that very, very like tacky stage, and the soil does change across the field. We've got some bits that are like this here, beautiful soil, really nice fine stuff, and then there's other bits, especially up the top. And as you can see just here, you can see there's like a line of clay there, a bit heavier and harder to work down. It's slightly strange, we're only actually drilling the big keyhole piece of all these plots that we sprayed off. I believe they are going into it's either willow or poplar trees, and there was a reason we had to put grass seeds in it now, and if I'm completely honest, I don't know what that reason is. That is somewhat above my pay grade. For anyone that hasn't watched the last couple of videos, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 plots here that we sprayed off, ploughed up, power harrowed in the last sort of 10 days. Some of it's going to, well, it's all going to biomass of some description. So the ones that we're now drilling and rolling are going to, I think, poplar trees or willow. It's a short-term rotation tree anyway. And then the others are going to various varieties of miscanthus. But again, I don't know why they wanted those left ploughed. It's not a decision I'm involved in making. It's not a decision I know the reasoning behind. You can see where I left the field after I sprayed it, look. Telltale signs of Roundup on the wheels. Well done, fan. It's high-tech technology, that is. Look at that. Just about enough seed left. I've definitely used a little bit more than I should have, but then I did a little bit more area than I planned to, so I would say it worked out about right. I would have said rolling it probably better than not rolling it.
If it's any worse, then I'd stop, but it's not, you know, continually gathering, it's just a small layer, if you see what I mean.
We made it back, Gus. Oh. Come on, you big loungy dog. Oh. Here somewhere is the seed we used. Bring it out into the light. So it's from Here Seeds. Now it's called Super Lay Amber Grass Mix. There you are, anyone that's interested. That's what we've just put in the ground. We stood beside the forager. Look what we got on the front of it. Maize header. Now it might sound strange, but we did not go cutting maize with it. We actually went cutting grass. Yeah, if you want to see that, you have to go and check out my Instagram, because I put the video of us doing that on there. We had some grass to cut and clear, and thought we'd try it out, and it worked quite well. So that was what we did. Right, I'm going to go get a cup of coffee, and we'll sort all this out in a little while. Right, let's start this machine up. We'll get the seed out of the hopper. Basically, we remove the front plate, put this little slide in that diverts all the seed from the roller down this way, look. And what we'll just do is spin the wheel. It drives the roller so that the seed comes out. And then once we've got it so it's not running out of there very well, we'll just hoover the rest out. Give it another little roll. Right. We'll spill this. Grass seed is not cheap. Right, no one tell Abby about this, or she'll have me hoovering at home. You don't want that. Right, now that's empty in there. Just have to do the reverse. So this thing, take away because he lives somewhere else. This tray here, he lives in there like that somehow. Nice and flush, like so. And then this sits in there like that. And I need 2 hands, do I? Pull that plunger up. That locks on like so. Calibration tray lives in there then, like that. Paint starting to go on top of there. Craig's got his little homemade barbecue out of a old air compressor. Gonna have bacon and sausages for lunch. Right, so this is the space in the shed where the drill lives. It's currently still over there, I haven't washed it off yet. But Craig suggested we get out some stuff here. So this contraption here is a burner for a ditch. We've not used it actually since I worked here, but it's, I don't know, I'm not sure we ever want to use it. That's going in a sale. Along with that red thing there, which is a tiny little muck spreader, rear discharge spreader. We don't use it. It was bought for a project that's no longer here, so it's in an online auction. We're going to pull it out just so we can get some better pictures of it whilst all this space is clear, so I might as well start tidying up all this area here in a minute. I don't know if I've ever showed you guys this before, but Craig made this adaptation plate from the headstock of our Manitou for a 3-point linkage. It's so that the butt brake can go on it, really, but it's really handy for moving stuff around the yard and getting it into places when you want to put it away for winter. So we've got the green bee on the front at the minute, which is like a mower collector. I'm just going to stick it here in front of the butt brake. Saves a bit more space in the top shed for the winter. So here it is, a bit of a better look at it. This is a ditch burner. So around the farm, especially the farm platform, we've got a load of drains that take water to all the various flumes where it can be monitored, and you can see the nutrient levels in it and various things like that. So this was used to keep the drains clear of weeds, grass and all that sort of thing back in the day. So basically just a giant flamethrower. So you used to have propane tanks, and then out of these here you have flames, so you go along top of the drain on top of the stone and basically just burn everything. Saves having to cut it, but it's fallen into a bit of disrepair. None of us here really want to use it, so we're just getting rid of it. So at the minute what we do now is we cut the drains with a hedge trimmer, the flail head, and then we just go along with a water safe Roundup or glyphosate that you're allowed to use on water courses, and just spray them up the middle with one nozzle, and we find that does just as good a job as what this would do. Right, we've got quite a collection of stuff over here now. Just brought across these 3 little cultivators. We've made a massive space in the shed as well. I'll show you in a minute. We've completely emptied the bay of the shed. Got some rubbish here to pick up on the floor. There's a jib, orange thing behind that turner there, that's in the sale. We could do with getting that out, but I'm not quite sure how we're going to do that without moving turner. I'm going to clear up all this rubbish here in a minute anyway. Things like this have obviously got a very specific use, but I have no idea what it is. Rico fella body part. I think that's off the single rotor rake. Right, I'll get the bucket and thank you guys. Really helpful, that dog, isn't he? I know, I'll sit on the pile of stuff that Josh just swept up, move it everywhere, and chew it all up in the process. Idiot. This is all leaves and stuff, so all the rubbish has been picked out. We'll tip the leaves out there, they can rot down. Just dust. Right, let's stick this in the shed. I've put the 130 and the Massey in already. It'd be strange to me everything in the shed. We never normally have the luxury of doing so. We're miles away from that. That's good. What's that? It's the seatbelt. Yeah, it's just getting a bit grim in here now, so take all this out. Gus's water, which probably wants changing anyway. There for a second. It's just not going to get any drier now. The weather's coming in. That one's a wash. Well, that certainly makes the yard look a bit empty. All the tractors bar one in the shed. It's a bit unusual. Normally we don't have shed space, but we could probably make room in there to get the other one in if we really wanted to. But he won't hurt out there. Yeah, 2 Ds tucked up. Right, anyway, that's going to be the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. If anyone is interested in any of the stuff we've been picking out for the sale at all, the sale will be live online about the sort of time this video comes out. It's with Kibbles, so if you just search Kibbles online auction, I'm sure you'll be able to find it. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to everyone that's subscribing and liking the videos. If we could get above 500 likes again on this video, that would be awesome. So yeah, just hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys on another video very soon. Cheerio.